Hi, I'm Grin Lord, CEO of Empathic. We're humanizing AI, and we're starting with Grammarly for Empathy. Think of the number of texts, emails, tweets, and messages you send in a day. Thousands. Now think of the one time you sent that message. Yeah, you know the one. That one you sent to the wrong person, that one that someone misinterpreted, that destroyed a relationship, lost a customer, or worse, led to a screenshot that was sent around the internet. We all know that reply all feeling. Here's an email that I tried to send to Catherine, but instead sent to the entire company. Why does Nick schedule these meetings always at the last minute? Am I right? And I'm also deeply familiar with this problem because I'm a psychologist. And when I was in private practice in Seattle, I sadly spent more than 40 hours a week making money off of, listening intently with empathy to tech people complain about other tech people, showing me offensive texts, emails, and Slack discussions from their boss and colleagues. Reading and rereading and crafting responses, their anxiety would spike and their sessions would increase, all from a single message. And those are just the folks that would make time to meet with me. There are exponentially more suffering in silence. In fact, corporate communication problems cost $37 billion annually. Miscommunication leads to increased corporate spending on therapy with folks like me, 64 million in employee churn, loss of productivity at a rate of 26K a year per employee, and not to mention huge legal costs. But the problem isn't limited to internal communications. It affects customer-facing services and sales as well. Research shows that there's a 17% loss on customer calls that lack empathy and connection. Right now, we have the tech to scale AI-assisted communication, health coaching, customer service, digital voice, and more. And while all of these technologies scale, they fail on human connection. And the problem isn't going away. Communications via text is up, but empathy is down. Remote work spurred on by the pandemic only has exacerbated this problem. People are continuing to work remote, and the market for SaaS platforms is growing. Yet, 8 to 10 people complain about failures, and fixing this in real time is now possible. At Empathic, we realized this could all be mediated with an AI empathy engine, almost like Grammarly for Empathy. By combining years of research on human interactions and growing proprietary datasets, we created a plugin that helps humans talk to humans with real-time text corrections. We create better employee connection with empathic correction, de-risk communication, and improve team retention and morale. We can check your texts and emails to prevent those painful moments before you hit send. Here's an example, very small one, where someone says, "You ready to present to execs tomorrow?" We're saying, why don't you change this to say, how do you feel about your presentation tomorrow? Try an open question. We're giving them the behavioral correction. Let's see what Empathic did with my email. Here it suggests replacing, "Why does Nick schedule these meetings always at the last minute, am I right?" with, "How do you feel about the meeting change?" Now, that could be sent to the whole company, no problem. And it's telling me send direct instead of reply all. Here's Empathic as a Slack plugin to achieve real-time team alignment. In the top right, it's saying, someone saying, really what you need to do is start following the roadmap and turning your work in on time. Empathic suggests, I have a few ideas about how you can get back on track. In the top right, are you going to finish tonight? What are you thinking about timeline on the presentation? You need to stop what you're doing and finish. Would you like to hear a couple of ideas for you to consider? These are some of the types of corrections. I'm actually only showing you 2 of our 10 possible models and corrections that we have currently. And sorry to my fellow therapists, but with a product like this, your business might drop. Personally, I've been working on understanding empathy and the words that shape behavior for a long time. My co-founder, Nick, is an NLP whiz. We met at our last startup that focused on assessing empathy in audio data. And now we're joined by our VP of product, Catherine, who we met here at Pi. Dr. Jolly keeps our conversational AI design empathic, while Ty maintains continuing education credits for some of our products, which I'll get to in a bit. I conducted over 10 years of speech signal processing research on psychotherapy to understand exactly how empathy functions in conversations. We know what kind of user speech predicts behavior change, and the skills we train in via empathic's corrections have been shown to improve curiosity, empathy, collaboration, support, growth, and autonomy. So how do we do this? Despite my years of research in this area, we don't just take what I know as a psychologist and domain expert and put it into empathic. We've actually created a series of training games called Empathy Rocks. Our games are played by hundreds of therapists like me who can play for free or pay us to receive continuing education credits to learn empathy. Anyone can go to our website to play. And while they learn, they are also labeling the data and generating our empathy models. In this way, we've created a living, expanding, and proprietary data set that gets better and better as it learns in real time. We also white label and license our games with other businesses to collect even more data and adapt our corrections. We curate the data to contain the most empathic human interactions and reduce AI bias. If you're a therapist or substance abuse counselor watching this right now, you can use our code PIDEMO for a discount on continuing education credits. And in the next month, in collaboration with Maslow AI, we're releasing an iOS and Android app called Rocky that contains even more games. So look out for that announcement on our Twitter at Empathy Rocks. And here's our second reveal. Empathy corrections are just one application of our underlying tech. Yes, we can help train humans, but also machines. And that's why the vision for Empathic is empathy as a service for SaaS, all SaaS products. Our serverless API will increase the emotional range and tone of your machines, as well as the engagement and profitability of your communication apps. Anyone can detect and correct empathy with our API. We've already engaged with several major tech companies to employ our tech in their products as a SaaS enhancement for an additional revenue stream. We're replacing sentiment analysis, improving chatbot emotionality, de-risking customer service, plugging in for manager coaching, and allowing anyone to implement Grammarly for empathy. We're about to close our seed round for $2 million, and we'd love to find a few more investors, especially those who are underrepresented in VC. Reach out to us now until July 3rd if you have interest. All right, we are done here. Oh, what's that? Oh, thanks, Empathic. I mean, thank you for your time, and thanks, Pi.